Trisha and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be making arroz con leche, which is a Mexican rice pudding. It is very simple to make. It takes just a little bit of time to do this, but it is simple ingredients. First, I've got about 7 cups of water right here, which I will put to start boiling. Here I've got 1 cup of rice, and I've gone ahead and I rinsed it out. I have a cup of milk, 12 ounces of evaporated milk, 14 ounces of sweetened condensed milk. Here I've got about 2/3 or maybe about almost a cup of raisins here. I've got 2 nice cinnamon sticks, or if you want to use 1 long one. And then I've got some ground cinnamon. So let's put our water, and I'm going to throw in my cinnamon sticks right into it, and I'm going to go ahead and start boiling that. Alright, so my water is now boiled and I can smell the cinnamon. It smells awesome. I'm going to lower the temperature to a medium high. And now I can go ahead and pour in my cup of rice. And I'm going to leave this uncovered for 18 minutes, and I'm going to be stirring it. Ever so often I'll stir it. I'm going to let this come back to a boil and just make sure that I keep an eye on it. Alright everyone, it is almost 18 minutes that my rice has been cooking and boiling in this water. As you can see, the water has gone down. I don't think I showed you exactly, but the water was like about right here. You can see the kind of like a little mark there where the water was on my pan. The rice is now tender and pretty much cooked. I'm going to go ahead and add the raisins now. Now the raisins are completely optional. I like my raisins to get really plump. If you don't like that, you can always wait till the very last and add them in. But I'm going to add them in now because I like them to get plump, as I said. And there's a little bit of water that's still in here. So I'm just going to mix that up. And it's almost 18 minutes. I have another 3 minutes. So then I'm going to go ahead and start opening up my cans of my evaporated milk and my sweetened condensed milk. Alright everyone, so here is my rice pudding after 18 minutes. Pretty much all the water is gone. I'm going to remove it off the heat here. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I want to remove the cinnamon sticks. Now my grandmother used to make this rice pudding when I was a little girl, and she used to use this Mexican cinnamon. This cinnamon that I have here that I'm using, I got in a little package, and it says it's from Vietnam. So it's a thicker bark. The one from Mexico is a thinner bark, and it's kind of flaky. So my grandmother used to leave those in there, and we actually used to serve ourselves the pudding with a little stick of cinnamon or a little piece of cinnamon in there. So we enjoy that very much. But if you don't like that, go ahead and pull those out. And to this, I'm going to go ahead and now add my milks. So I'm going to add the evaporated milk and the sweetened condensed milk. And I'm also going to add a cup of milk. This is just regular whole milk. And then we can stir that together. And I'm going to put this back on my heat. I have turned it off for now. So I'm going to turn it back on, but I am going to keep it at a very low temperature. And I'm just going to let this cook in the milk for about 20 minutes. Okay, my stove is still hot. I'm just putting it in a very low temperature. And I'm going to keep an eye on this, and I'm going to be stirring it occasionally, just to make sure that it doesn't burn and get stuck on there. And we just want this rice pudding to get nice and mushy. And look at the raisins. There's a couple of them stuck together there, but they're nice and plump and juicy the way that I like them. Okay everyone, we'll be back. Alright everyone, my arroz con leche has been cooking now for an additional 20 minutes. And it is nice and thick and creamy. I do want to point out that you don't have to add any sugar to this because the sweetened condensed milk has enough sugar in it to sweeten it up at just the right touch. I also want to point out that when you're boiling it, you want to make sure that the rice is just a little overcooked. You don't want it al dente. You don't want that little bite. You want to make sure it is overcooked, and you want it to get mushy when you put the milk in it. And that is what we've been waiting for. And look at that. It is beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and bring it over here so that you can look at it a little bit closer. All right, everyone, here is my arroz con leche. As you can see, it is nice and thick and creamy. I'm going to want to pour it into a nice bowl like this so I can put it on the table if I want to serve it up at a party. Or you could serve individual little bowls just like this, or maybe into some clear containers like a little cup or a little glass. It's nice and sturdy. Now you can serve this up hot or you can serve it cold. What I would do is I would let it cool off completely and then maybe pour it into some containers, and then you can refrigerate them. Cover them up with some plastic wrap, or if you have a lid for your container, put a lid on it. But you can cover these with plastic wrap, put them in the refrigerator, and I can tell you this right now, arroz con leche is absolutely delicious the next day when it has been brought out of the refrigerator and it is super cold. All right, everyone, I'm going to go ahead and put this in my bowl because I want it to look pretty, and then I'm going to serve some up into these little containers so that you can see how they're going to look and how I'm going to present them. All right, everyone, this is the amount of arroz con leche that I have made to give you an idea of how much this makes. I have served some in a little bowl so that you can see how pretty that looks. And I've also put some in a little mug so you can see how that looks. It looks really pretty because you can see through it. Now you can also use golden raisins if you don't want to use these regular raisins. Or like I said, leave them out completely. And I'm just going to sprinkle some cinnamon on top because that makes it look extra pretty. And we want to do this to our little mug and then also to our little bowl. And just for added touch, we can take our cinnamon sticks and put them right into our little mugs. That makes a really pretty presentation. You can also put it right into our little bowl. There we go. I think it's time to give these a taste. All right, everyone, I really don't know where I want to taste it from. It is the same thing. It is just which one looks prettiest to me. I think it looks really pretty in the bowl, but I'm going to go ahead and taste it off of my mug. And I'll tell you why. My grandmother used to serve this in clear glass ramekins, and of course, like I said, she would put them in the refrigerator and we would have them the next day, and it was so yummy, nice and cold. Now I've grown to like it also fresh and hot, so I'm really going to enjoy this. There we go. I love the raisins, all nice and plump. The rice has a tiny bit of a bite, but it is still mushy. It does break apart in my mouth, and the cinnamon is perfect. I don't want to add any sugar to this. Like I said, the condensed milk is all the sweetness you need. If you feel that you like something a little bit sweeter, I would add a very small amount, a little bit at a time, until you find that sweetness. But I wouldn't add just too much sugar all at once because it is going to be too sweet. All right, everyone, I'm going to give myself a big old thumbs up. I hope that you too will give me a big old thumbs up and leave a nice comment down below. I hope that you enjoyed my recipe for arroz con leche, which is a Mexican rice pudding. And I hope that you will subscribe, and thank you to everyone who has been subscribing. Hit that notification bell. I have videos every Tuesday and every Friday, and once in a while I have a weekend vlog. And please don't forget to share on your social medias. And as always, enjoy.